Warning, the following is entirely satirical and should not be taken as truth or fact. Styles Rebel Radio and the Rebel Podcast do not own any copyrighted material that may be included in this broadcast. Viewer discretion is advised.
Jay Leno, I would attack unprovoked.
Okay, I see.
Suspend the show right now.
You're gonna zipline directly into the harpoon?
Yeah,
What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore. Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut, and uncensored on WSRR Radio. We're saving the underground music scene. To my right, Shaney.
Hey, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Howdy.
I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Stat. What are you smiling about?
You know, I was gonna let you get through the intro and do your thing. You know, I love it. I love to hear it. Happy to be here. But we're not gonna talk about the elephant in the room.
Elaborate?
It's elaborate. But why aren't we ever standing?
What?
Why don't we have a standing episode?
You want to stand
2
for
hours.
2 hours?
Like class outside. Zoink, Scoob.
All right, so I'm going to rework the entire studio. So we have standing
we don't have to
mics.
rework the entire thing. I just
Go ahead, stand up. Put your mic up.
hold
stand
on.
up. Be off camera.
Well, I'm just thinking. Hold on.
Yeah,
well,
go
now
ahead,
he's
stand
making
up.
me stand.
Shane, would you please stand up in front of the class?
All right, this is about as high as I'm gonna stand. That's about as comfortable as I feel standing without popping my beaner out.
What?
I don't think you can say that.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
216-859-8699 is the Rebel hotline. You can text in during the show or during the Rebel replay, or if you're listening in podcast form, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Of course, you can find us WSRRadio.com, the Live 365 app. Take us with you wherever you go, and also us-radio.com. Someone submitted our station there, so you can listen there as well. Thank you to Synergy Music Studio for supporting the show, and let's talk about the movie that makes The Shawshank Redemption look like a fucking third grade art project.
Some call it your favorite movie's favorite movie.
Some call it the movie that inspired the American dream.
Some say it inspired even Jesus himself.
The movie that the Bible is based on.
It is, some might say, a religious experience watching this film.
It certainly is out of this world.
I came
Twice.
thrice.
If I'm being honest, it's more like 8 times. We're going to talk about Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Unironically,
Yes.
the greatest movie of all time, in my opinion.
Unironically, very ironic. It's a very ironic
Rewatched it again last night
Oh, really?
to prep. I expected us to talk about Dumb and Dumber. Rewatched it last night to prep.
Yeah.
Still to this day. Probably saw it when I was 5 years old for the first time.
Uh-huh.
I've probably seen that movie well over 60 times.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh every
Oh,
time.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's hilarious.
I think it's the only movie where I have seen it that many times, and it will make me laugh throughout, start to finish, every time.
Seabass, the whole scene with where he's wearing the big hat, and then the old lady
He got
steals it.
robbed by a
Yeah.
little old lady on a motorized cart.
Their pets' heads are falling off.
Listen, greatest movie of all time.
Yeah.
Had a sequel, well, a prequel,
Had a prequel first.
with, what's his face? Olsen from Community. Vaughn plays Lloyd,
Oh.
which is a crazy thing that I always think about now.
I didn't even realize that.
Prequel? Okay. I know it gets a lot of shit. The prequel is all right.
I think we watched it when we were young, and there's definitely
Listen,
some
I
rose
watched it like 2
tinting.
years ago.
There's some rose tinting in our glasses.
I watched it like 2 years ago. It's all right. He writes the fucking note on the gym floor with ketchup.
I haven't seen it in a
PS out of
long
ketchup.
time. There's a scene where he's like shitting all over the bathroom or pissing all over the bathroom or something.
Maybe.
All right.
There's a scene where he chips his tooth.
There's a second one, and I haven't seen that one.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yes.
With actual Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels.
Yes.
That's the one you're talking about?
Yes.
That's the one we're going to talk about. Because not only was it absolutely awful, a complete 180 from I will watch Dumb and Dumber every day, honestly. If you put that movie on every day, I would watch it.
I have watched it every day.
Every day since birth.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber 2, I have seen one time, and I will never watch it again.
Yeah, I remember like seeing trailers and being like, "Oh, this is kind of sad."
It is. They remade the movie.
Yeah.
They're just old.
And doesn't the guy who isn't Jim Carrey,
Jeff Daniels.
he has cancer now?
Does he?
Yes.
Damn.
John Stamos wore a bald cap for him.
I
In
saw
solidarity.
Is that what that was for?
Yeah,
I
he
saw
wore a-
John Stamos wearing a
That
bald
was
cap.
so fucking stupid.
He wore
Why
a
not
bald
just-
cap in
He
solidarity.
wouldn't shave his head.
That asshole. That actual ass. And then they took like staged pictures of him
Mhm.
like smiling head to head, like bald head to bald
John
head.
Stamos just really wouldn't shave his head.
Yeah,
Wow.
swear.
Kind
It was
of-
a bald
kinda
cap.
shitty.
Imagine John Stamos. I want to be a fly on the wall in the studio when he just walks into his trailer and rips off the bald cap and it's like, thank God
Thank
that's
God I didn't have
over."
to shave my head for
thank
this.
God I didn't actually have to
Yeah.
do that.
My entire gimmick would have been over.
Yeah.
But not only is Dumb and Dumber 2 an absolute fucking terrible movie, it's a money laundering scheme.
Oh, good.
So I got to figure out what country it was again. I want to say Malaysian government, but I could be
yeah,
wrong.
Malaysia.
Is it?
Mhm.
So the Malaysian government, the head of the Malaysian government, started an organization called 1MDB. And it was supposed to be, not to be confused with IMDb,
yeah.
1MDB,
Yeah.
which was supposed to be like a relief program for like victims of poverty or natural disasters, things like
Okay.
that in Malaysia.
Okay.
Well, 1MDB is the parent company for a bunch of other shell organizations.
Oh.
One of those being Red Granite Pictures. Now, so first of all, Dumb and Dumber 2, the sequel, was pitched in like 2011.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when like they first announced it.
because it came out in 2019,
2020, something
yeah,
like that.
2019 maybe.
Yeah, but it was pitched in 2011, and it
Mhm.
took 2 years to write. And Warner Brothers dropped it, and New Line Cinema dropped it, and to the point where Jim Carrey wasn't going to do it anymore. And it
Oh,
got
it came out in 2014.
24. Okay, so
okay, so
really
kind of
not
early.
long ago.
Yeah.
So that's New Line and Warner Brothers dropped it. Jim Carrey was going to walk away, and it got picked up by Universal and this production company, Red Granite Cinema.
Oh, that's
And
so interesting.
Red Granite Cinema was a fairly new production company, but was known for having these massive launch parties before the movie even came out. Like they had a party. It might have been for Dumb and Dumber.
Was it one of these Diddy freak off parties all the kids were
Kinda.
talking about?
Kanye showed up out of the blue for this
Oh.
company that didn't exist, and like it later came out that they paid like multiple millions of dollars just to have people show up and promote this company that didn't really have a repertoire yet.
Kanye's probably never even seen Dumb and Dumber 2.
They are the production
fake
company behind Wolf of Wall Street. That was their first big picture.
That's kind of wild.
But so the moral of the story is this company, Red Granite Productions, is a shell company for 1MDB, the Malaysian Relief Fund. So the owner, the head of Red Granite, is the son of the Malaysian head of government. So the Malaysian
Interesting.
government, in total, funneled about $700 million through these shell corporations in America.
What?
Dumb and Dumber itself was over $50 million of money laundering. Like they put over $50 million through Dumb and Dumber 2 through this production.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an insane fucking thing, to the point where the US government has seized Dumb and Dumber 2. They own Dumb and Dumber 2 because
like the
it was,
rights to
yeah,
Dumb and Dumber 2?
Yeah.
That's super duper interesting. So, like, does that mean when you first presented this, my immediate thought was, what does this mean in terms of like, can they produce more Dumb and Dumber 2 DVDs?
Well, that's the
or
thing is
Blu-rays
like,
if they want to, or because if the government
Can they even be sold?
yeah, can they even be sold? Like, obviously, it's not illegal to have one or anything like that.
Yeah.
You're probably quote unquote like grandfathered in, or like I would assume you could probably buy one on. I don't know.
well, they're still on streaming. You can still stream Dumb and Dumber 2.
Oh, well, then, yeah, it's totally. I mean, yeah,
Yeah. It's just, I guess the government is making the money on it.
interesting.
That feels wrong.
I mean, I understand because it was a money laundering scheme, right?
Right.
So, like, they have to recoup that fund, essentially. So they're taking the thing that made the money.
So then, wait, did the government seize the Wolf of Wall Street?
I don't know. I don't, look it up. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Because I only read about Dumb and Dumber. That's all I ever read about. People give me these novels all of the time.
and they're all about Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah, they're like, listen, read this novel. I'm like, listen, is it about Harry and Lloyd? Because if not, I don't care about Huck and Finn. I'm here for Harry and Lloyd. I won't read it if it's not about Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, I don't know about Wolf of Wall Street. I
Here, this is the Wikipedia article. It starts off with Dumb and Dumber. So the production of the 1994 Dumb and Dumber claimed Red Granite Pictures pushed them out of producing in 2014 sequel.
So yeah, that's another thing that came out is two of the original producers for Dumb and Dumber who were supposed to work on Dumb and Dumber 2 under New Line and Warner Brothers sued Red Granite right after they acquired it, saying that there was some kind of illegal activity.
Oh,
they knew that they had a bunch of money from like offshore accounts going into it,
That's
and it didn't
interesting.
actually like come to light until after they found out all the money laundering stuff with 1MDB.
Super interesting. Red Granite Pictures was caught up in the one Malaysian development Berhad scandal. The alleged used funds stolen from 1MDB is detailed in the book Billion Dollar Whale by Tom Wright and Bradley Hope. In 2016, the FBI issued subpoenas to several past and present employees of the company in regards to allegations that 155 million USD was diverted from 1MDB to help finance the 2013 film The Wolf of Wall Street. Red Granite Pictures, which has the ex-Malaysian Prime Minister's stepson, Riza Aziz, as its co-founder and chairman, like you were saying, denied any wrongdoing. However, in March 2018, Red Granite Pictures agreed to pay $60 million to the U.S. government in order to settle a civil lawsuit alleging that its movies were funded in part by money siphoned from 1MDB. So yeah, straight up, they were like, yeah, we did it. Here, we'll pay you to keep it quiet.
They stole money from 1MDB?
No, 1MDB is a shell company. It was set up as a relief fund, essentially. But what it was really doing was just funneling money through hundreds of different businesses, like Red Granite Productions. It was just a way to launder money.
Right.
And so what I'm getting from this is, so 155 million during Wolf of Wall Street was laundered, and they tried to sue him for that. And then they settled out of court, right?
Right.
They agreed to pay $60 million to the U.S. government in a settlement.
That's crazy.
And then they got busted again for Dumb and Dumber, and then they had they had the movie seized.
Yeah, right.
That's insane. They're obviously they went under now. They're not a thing anymore. But yeah, no, Dumb and Dumber 2 was a fucking money laundering scheme on top of being a terrible movie.
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels didn't get cancer for this. All right. That's all I gotta say. That's ridiculous.
Apparently, I think Jim Carrey owned part of Dumb and Dumber 2.
Really?
That's what I gathered, because when I read the articles about the government seizing it, it said they were seizing Jim Carrey's movie, and maybe they just meant he is the star of the movie.
Interesting.
But every article mentioned that like his name was attached to this movie.
Interesting.
And I feel like he probably was co-owner, had part, share in it or something like that.
It was probably partially a passion project for it. I don't know. I guess I don't know that at all. It could have been a total cash grab. I miss Big Jim. I miss Big Jim Uso. Big Jim Carrey.
Which one are we talking about, Jim Uso or Jim Carrey?
I miss them both.
They're
but
both
Jim
still
Carrey,
around.
But Jim
They're
Carrey,
both still alive. You don't have to miss them.
What was the last thing Jim Carrey was in?
Sonic.
All right.
2.
You're canceled.
He's coming back for Sonic 3.
You're canceled.
He literally said he wasn't going to act anymore. And then Sonic 2 was like, hey, you want to be Dr. Eggman again? He's like, absolutely. Of course I do.
That's a passion project for him.
He
loves Sonic.
He said, I'm thinking I'm back.
I'm thinking I'm back. Damn.
See, if John Wick was Jim Carrey, I'd watch it.
But like,
no.
I miss Big Jim Carrey. Oops.
What about him? What do you miss about him? He's still here.
I mean, right now I'm getting a big no yeet, it feels like, from Jim Carrey.
Watch Dumb and Dumber 2. Actually, don't.
I don't want to. It's a money laundering scheme.
Listen, it's not.
It's a pyramid scheme.
I promise
I'm
you,
not watching Dumb and
it's a
Dumber
terrible
2.
movie. I don't recommend this, but it's probably one of my least favorite movies of all
That's
time.
so sad.
However, if our economy really gets that bad, just start pumping Dumb and Dumber 2 out. Drive those DVD sales, Blu-rays, re-releases, put it back in theaters.
Hell yeah.
That's how the government needs to make its money back.
Dumb and Dumber 2
Are they going to
back
sell
in
it to a
theaters?
streaming site?
They probably did already, honestly. Because it's available to stream. 216-859-8699. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Hi, this is Melissa,
And hey, it's Matt.
coming at you from Synergy Music Studio.
We are a recording and production studio located on the south side near Chicago.
Check us out online at synergymusicstudio.com. We offer recording, mixing, and mastering.
And follow us on Instagram at Synergy Music Studio. Rock hard.
Imagine spending hundreds of dollars of your own money to advertise a massive corporation. Now imagine that same corporation using your money to pay a public figure to sell a product back to you. Unfortunately, you don't have to imagine. Corporate product placement is the monopoly of the clothing industry as we know it. That's where GenericClothes.com comes in. Stick it to these big brand clothing cunts by wearing something straight and to the point. GenericClothes.com's got you covered and lets you have a laugh at their expense. Nobody cares about the details. Get to the point. With shirts like floral pattern, trademark logo, music band, and more. Once again, that's GenericClothes.com.
I'm Lucas Durazio from WSRR's Behind Enemy Lines, the Cleveland sports talk show from Pittsburgh. Living in Pittsburgh, I've gotten to familiarize myself with a lot of hardworking, locally owned brands. And I'm here to talk about one of the best in not only Pittsburgh, but the nation in Hellbender Vinyl. With Christmas right around the corner, I know some of our local bands and artists are looking for that special holiday release this season. Maybe a limited holiday album run on red and green vinyl? Whatever the occasion, Hellbender Vinyl has got you covered. Hellbender is Pittsburgh's first and only custom vinyl record pressing plant and is one of America's most trusted. With a wide variety of colors and designs, Hellbender Vinyl is second to none when it comes to making your next album release something special. Visit hellbendervinyl.com today to get started. And don't forget, all customers receive 5 free test presses at no additional charge. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com.
Your dad didn't leave for cigarettes. He's out in the car, listening to the Rebel Radio Show. All right, we're gonna leave and watch the original Dumb and Dumber.
Bye, guys.
Happy Monday. 216-859-9699 is the number to text in your favorite Dumb and Dumber quotes. We're sponsored by GenericClothes.com. Tell the big brand clothing companies to suck it. No one cares about the details. Get to the point at GenericClothes.com. No one cares about garden gnomes unless they're made of MDMA.
Well,
Get to the drugs.
You could get to the drugs already.
It's
Some of all these real garden gnomes.
I'm not much of the party scene, so my assumptions here.
You're never licking the gnome, dude?
Yeah, my assumptions here.
You ain't been to a party and licked the
Well,
gnome?
tell me if I'm wrong, Shane.
Okay.
Because you'd be the authority here.
Well,
Tell me.
I don't know why it would be.
Tell me if I'm right in my assumption here.
Sure.
That when a group of fellers hang out and they're in the frat, they're in the local fraternity.
Never done that.
And one guy's got the natty daddies, and one guy's got the cigarinos.
I went to community college.
And we're just fratting it up, as boys do. There's paddles. George Bush is there.
Sure.
And then we get to that point in the night when it's time to, break out the MDMA gnome and we all take a lick.
Yeah.
And
no, actually, now that
the shenanigans ensue.
Yes. Now that
And
you're
that's
mentioning,
when the frat starts stealing bones.
Yes.
Yes.
Now that you mentioned that last bit, I actually, it is all so vivid in my brain now. I recall crystal clear. Yes. So
I hear that you see gnomes that are also machines and also orbs of light that bounce within you and out.
For the listeners at home, I'm assuming this is a song lyric that I don't know.
We're glad you're here.
216-859-8699. Text in what you think Styles references.
Come stay a while. All right. Tell me about
There's a gnome. afoot. Be careful, everyone. There's a gnome lurking throughout. I think it's like
Dutch.
The Netherlands.
Deutschland. We have by the way, real shout outs. We have a good following in the Netherlands on WSR Radio.
Mhm.
So if you're listening right now in the Netherlands, 216-859-8699 with your local news. Yeah.
Fake shout out. My MDMA gnome, Sploinky Doink.
Sploinky Doink.
Shout out
It's
you.
not
man.
his name.
Shout out you.
It's not his name.
So in the Netherlands, there was a drug bust, and they found a 4-pound gnome that was pressed into, that was made out of MDMA and pressed into the shape of a gnome. And that's pretty much it. I mean,
Please?
you can't have MDMA. It's kind of illegal everywhere. And so the fact that there was just a gnome afoot, and it looks very mischievous.
Please read the quote that it said about the gnome.
Oh, the gnome himself was visibly startled, police said, referring to the gnome having its hands covering its mouth. Also, the police officers had a quote. They said, drugs appear in all shapes and sizes, but every now and then we come across special things.
This is a special
Yeah,
thing.
He
I
licked
would
the
say,
gnome.
thing.
I would indeed say that this is a special thing.
Imagine going in for a lick of this gnome and you've already licked him and you're like,
We're just
high
assuming
on
that they lick
MDMA.
it.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to
Well,
ask.
That's why I think he was visibly frightened. So he
People
looked
were licking him?
scared. So
They're
he
like,
looked
oh,
scared
why is
when
he
you're-
licking me? Why
I
is
would-
everybody licking me?
I would be visibly frightened too if people were just licking me and getting high.
Do you think they kept it in the front lawn?
No.
This is definitely like
This
on
is
a
an
shelf
inside
in the
item.
lockup.
This is an inside
Like
toy.
this is not evidence that gets destroyed. This is not like
Oh yeah.
This is evidence that gets used.
This
this
is
is-
evidence that gets displayed.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is in like in a mantle in the lockup room in
That-
Netherlands.
in
In
Dutch.
Dutch.
Spotlight.
In
Interesting.
Deutschland.
What are the Deutsch doing with it?
It
So,
looks like granite. Like
Red granite. It's actually a money laundering scheme. There's $50,000 in that gnome.
I am our resident drug guy. So, with that being said,
Big
I-
pharma. All right.
if I had to take a pharmaceutical guess,
A pharmaceutical guess.
yep, you
New
know it.
segment. Cheney is pharmaceutical guess of the week.
Aspirin.
What is it? Glitter.
Oh, who knows, dude? No, but I think so from my understanding, MDMA is like a pill that you take.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I think normally when it's not in the shape of a 4-pound gnome in the Netherlands,
It only comes one of two ways.
Yeah. Well, I think when it's not in the shape of a 4-pound gnome in the Netherlands, it's like a regular pill shaped item that you
Is it-
consume orally.
Is it like a powder that is just pressed into a pill shape?
So yeah, I think like the drug creators,
Mhm.
not big pharma. This would probably be like small pharma if I were to
Small
name
pharma.
if I were to name these people accurately.
Well, I
They're-
don't know. I feel
MDMA
like-
affects your kidney.
Oh, dude, we cannot take MDMA. Or if it's beneficial, we should take MDMA.
I don't think MDMA is gonna help our kidney stones.
Fuck.
Our collective kidney stones.
It might. Maybe if we both eat the same maybe if we both lick in the same spot of the MDMA gnome,
Is
we can fix and correct our kidney stones.
is MDMA ecstasy?
MDMA, I believe, is ecstasy.
Okay.
I'm not positive though. Don't
I was
quote me.
I was just looking up. Well, I didn't want to look up just MDMA on Google.
I mean, I
um,
think you can.
Just Google what is.
Well, that's what I did. I
MDMA.
looked up what is MDMA
I
because I,
don't
want to
think
see
the
how it's
cops will
taken.
come. I don't think the cops will come busting
It's
in.
yeah, it's
We've
an ecstasy
Googled worse.
tablet.
Yeah. So yeah, it's ecstasy, and they were definitely just licking this thing, which is also gross. That's
Getting
like
horny from the gnome.
that's like when people go to like, oh, lick the wall at the salt mine, or like
Or
this
the-
building tastes like salt. Isn't that so silly?
Yeah, but
The
no,
gum
that's
wall in
gross.
Chicago.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Don't
People-
do that shit.
People lick that.
Yeah.
Synergy.
They'll
Do
eat
that
gum
shit.
off of it.
Synergy.
Do not eat gum off
Well,
of the gum
it's-
wall.
You have
Removed.
a rat hole.
The city removed the gum
They
wall
removed the rat hole
after
too.
like years.
Why you guys licking gum?
What the
'Cause
fuck
it was
is going
gross.
on?
216-859-8699. Maybe in the Netherlands, this is just how it comes.
Just gnome capsules.
Well, you know
That's
how
how they
like
do it
4 pounds.
in Deutsch.
well, you know how like Mike Tyson's ear gummies
Yeah.
can't be sold in certain states as ears. So
Yeah.
they're fruit shapes.
Yeah.
Maybe in the Netherlands, MDMA just comes in gnome, like,
MDMA comes into gnomes. Oh my god.
and then you like.
That's what gives them their mythical powers.
Well, no, the distributor of the MDMA
Oh.
gets the gnome and then breaks up the gnome into
Oh my god.
bits
Okay.
to distribute.
Yeah,
And that's why he's startled.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And instead, they're like, what if we sold the whole enchilada here?
What if we just sold the whole gnome?
Yeah.
Put it up. Fuck it. Put it out in your front yard.
I mean, it's convincing.
Yeah.
It, like you said, Jules, it looks like granite. Like this.
It does. It looks like a stone.
So it was caught with a shit ton of other drugs.
I would assume
How did the
it was
police know to take the gnome?
That's what I'm saying. They only took it because it was caught with a bunch of other drugs.
It
So
had
I'm
to have been,
assuming
like,
they
stored.
just seized it with it.
like stored with the
Yeah.
drugs.
Yes.
It doesn't. So the article doesn't specifically say like how they came across it or anything like that.
The Leeds man was also previously charged over a plot to smuggle 90 kilograms or 198 pounds of drugs into the UK,
It's a synthetic party drug, also known as ecstasy.
hidden inside pallets of frozen chicken.
These guys
This
are
is not
smart.
this man's first rodeo.
These guys are smart. These guys are very smart. Well, actually, okay, maybe it was just a gnome statue, and then they broke it, and there's like MDMA pills in there. Maybe it's not as cool as we're.
smuggling.
Yeah, maybe it's not as cool
I don't
as we
think
think
so,
it is.
man. I think the gnome is MDMA.
Because I mean, I do subscribe to they press the pill. Like drug
Mhm.
dealers are like pressing these
That's a
MDMA
lot.
ecstasy pills, and so someone just took a whole bunch of grams, 4 pounds worth, and pressed it into like a gnome shaped, like probably cement mold or
Yeah.
something
Mhm.
like that.
Which great strategy. If
I-
you're a drug dealer,
Yeah,
just start pressing drugs into other things.
I guess
Because who would
frozen chicken.
Well,
Fuck
no, because that's just smuggling
feel
into
like-
something else.
Smuggling
you're
drugs
not-
and food is over. Smuggling drugs as gnomes is in.
Druggling food.
Druggling
Juggling.
smugs.
Druggling smugs. Fuck. Smuggling
My
drugs.
Irish band, by the way.
Smuggling drugs and food is so last year. I agree. That was all my. That was.
Can we play the gallon of PCP bit? Do we have that in the studio?
I believe
Because that's what this reminds me of.
I got a gnome's worth of MDMA.
Yeah, I got a gnome's worth.
I got about a gnome. Full gnomer.
You do PCP? Got a gallon. You do MDMA? Got a gnome.
Got a
It's
gnomer.
3 minutes long.
Fuck. What if we go to break now? Can we play it?
Maybe.
216-859-8699.
You want me to play it with all of our ads?
Yeah, play it and go to break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? You're listening to the Rebel Radio
I'm
Show.
gonna play the break song, and then we're gonna hear it. Bye bye.
Zach Kreger.
Yeah.
Trevor Moore.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I haven't seen you in like
8 years since senior year at Brown.
Right.
It's good to see you. Look at you. You look great.
Thank you.
Man, what do you got there?
This is a gallon of PCP.
Wow. A gallon.
Yes. Yeah.
That's illegal, right?
Yeah, it's a felony.
It's a felony.
Yes.
Wow. And here you are with it anyway. That is, wow. I didn't even know it came in liquid form.
Science.
Whoa. So, do you do a lot of PCP?
Got a gallon.
I guess you do.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what do you do?
I work in an investment firm downtown. It's mostly like property acquisitions.
Huh. That sounds successful.
What do you do?
I work at the Binkos.
I don't know what Binko's is.
It's an office supply store type thing.
Secretary stuff?
But a gallon.
Yeah.
Here you are with a gallon. Wow. Man, do you still see Candace?
No. She passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. How long ago did that happen?
About 4.
About 4 years ago?
No, PM.
4 p.m. As in today, 4 p.m. It's 5 o'clock now.
Yeah.
So that was recent. What happened?
I was at my dealer's house.
Uh-huh.
I was buying the PCP.
Of course.
And I didn't have enough money for all of the gallon.
Oh, it's expensive.
But I wanted the whole gallon.
Of course.
So I'd set up a deal where I would leave her as collateral.
Uh-oh.
And then I would go hit an ATM and come right back.
I see problems.
But, when I left, I got distracted and he cut her head off.
Whoa! Wow. And that happened today, just a little while ago. Man, are you okay? Are you doing all right?
No, yeah, I'm good. I'm pretty high right now, so.
Oh, right, because of the PCP, which you have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I ran into Bill the other day, and he's doing really good.
I don't know Bill.
You don't? That's right. No, you wouldn't know Bill. But he's doing good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good to see. Good for Bill.
Well, it was good to see you, Trevor.
Nice seeing you.
I gotta go. I gotta pick my kids up. I'm running late.
Oh, you have kids. You are on your way to pick up children with your gallon thing.
I don't want them to lose their heads.
Oh, you left them with the guy, the PCP guy.
No, they're at soccer practice. I'm late. They spaz.
Oh, it was a joke. I get it. Well,
good to see you.
Nice seeing you.
Okay.
I'll tell Bill you said hi.
I don't know him.
Oh, that's right. You don't. See you later.
Attention, have you or your family members been affected by ESPN and their boring hot takes or their repetitive programming? If so, you are not entitled to compensation, but you may be entitled to join WSRR Radio at 10 a.m. on Mondays to hear new episodes of Cleveland's newest sports talk show, Behind Enemy Lines.
Shane's wearing a sweater that has flags on it. It has Sweden, Mexico, America, Canada, Texas, Spain. Texas ain't a country.
It's Chile.
Is it Chile?
It's Chile.
Does that not say Cuba?
That straight up
Chile.
That straight up says Chile.
It's true.
Look, Texas, Chile.
Why did Chile copy
very
Texas'
close.
flag?
Yeah, they are very close. What the fuck?
Texas.
Who do you think did it first?
Texas.
All right.
And,
okay.
and the blue side is bigger because everything's bigger in
That's
Texas.
what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay, it makes sense now.
Everything's
There's lore.
first in Texas.
There's lore accurate.
Biblically accurate Texas flag.
Yeah, buddy.
None of that Chilean flag. None of that Chilean sea bass flag. Get the hell out of here.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Speaking of kicking someone's ass, have you seen this?
Yeah.
Have you heard about this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Have you heard about this?
Yeah, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I have a lot of cars.
I get my fucking ass kicked. Hey, real quick, we're sponsored by Hellbender Vinyl out of Pittsburgh, PA. They're one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants. Hellbendervinyl.com for your next album release. If you're in PA, you could kick Jay Leno's ass.
I fully intend to.
You should, as you should.
I'm gonna fight Jay Leno.
So there's a story that came out probably a week ago.
Give Conan the fucking time slot already.
There's a story that came out a week ago. He's still holding it.
It's just dead air. There's nothing. It's a blue screen.
It just says Jay Leno on it. He owns it. He bought it from the network. He has the rights to the 10 p.m. time slot.
Just to the time slot. That's it.
NBC's off air. It's just Jay Leno hour.
Yeah.
He prefers not to use it. Pittsburgh, an interviewer found Jay Leno. Found him.
Came across
he
Jay
literally
Leno.
just stumbled across a bruised and battered Jay Leno.
Yeah, from my understanding, this is two different events here.
Sure.
From my understanding, Jay Leno was walking down the street with a cast on and going to some forum, some ball, some
a gathering. Of an anonymous sort.
Yes.
Yeah.
A Bohemian Grove style event.
Oh no.
Indoors. He's going somewhere.
Indoors.
And there's a reporter there, assumingly to cover this event or get interviews of people going to the event. And he noticed Jay Leno had a broken arm and he asked him about it. And Jay Leno, for some reason, specifically says, well, I didn't have my car. And I was walking.
I didn't have my car on me.
And
Why didn't he have his car?
he was walking.
Yeah.
He took a mean spill on some rocks and broke his arm or fractured his wrist or something. So he had a cast on. Second event. Second time.
Yeah. So that happens.
Caught in public again. Jay Leno walking down the street again. Probably didn't have his car.
Yeah, I had my car on.
Walking down the street and just big ass black eye.
Oh, black like
his whole face, whole side of his face.
The whole side of his face is
Like bruised up?
Looks like he had a dispute with Chuck Liddell.
Oh my
Like,
god, a physical dispute.
Yeah, whole left side of his face just
he
black
got
and
his
blue.
ass kicked.
And he, yes, the interviewer asked him, well, what happened here? And son took a mean spill.
Took another mean spill.
Yeah.
He just took another mean spill.
Fell down
Can't
a
help
hill.
it. All right, dude. All right, you weirdo.
So now we're at the point where we're lying about this, right? Jay Leno didn't take 2 mean falls and break an arm and bruise half his face.
Here's a
Jay Leno got what he had coming to him. There's some vigilante justice in PA.
Got what he fucking deserved.
Yeah.
Conan finally got to his ass.
Jay Leno, you get what you fucking deserve.
Got that 10 p.m. time slot with his bare fucking hands. Leno Gate cracked wide open. Oh my gosh. Here, wait. So, familiar to the area, Pure Statement 8726 connected some dots. Quote, Jay wanted to eat at the nearby Dino Sports Lounge prior to the show.
I want to eat my dinosaurs.
To walk to Dinos, you'd either have to walk 750 feet on the road, or you'd shave 350. You'd shave off 350 feet if you walk down the grassy hillside. Jay noticed a dirt path worn to the hillside, so he attempted to take the shortcut and walk down the side. Since the path was rough, not maintained, and eroded away, he tripped and rolled down the hill, hitting his head on an exposed rock and earth on his way down the hill.
No, he didn't.
Get what you fucking deserve.
No, he didn't. Someone kicked his
Get
ass.
what you fucking deserve.
What is exposed earth? Is that just
That's my brand
ground?
name.
Probably dirt. Probably just a really dumb way to say dirt. Jay was remarkably accurate as he estimated the hill was about 60 foot, and after measuring, the hill was 56 feet from top to bottom.
He
All right.
measured it to get his cover up.
Jay was remarkably accurate when he estimated the hill to be about 60 feet. After measuring it, the hill was 56 feet from the bottom. Pure Statement confirmed. Leno Gate cracked wide open. One commenter said, "This should be national news. This is journalism that the people deserve."
Amen. Dude, the grassy knoll where it all went down. That's
Back
funny.
into the left, baby.
That's funny.
Yeah, listen, he deserves this. I don't think.
So it's a conspiracy. He got his ass kicked, right?
He definitely got his ass kicked.
All right. Well,
He had somebody measure the hill so that he'd have a nice cover up.
Yeah, you tell me Jay Leno was walking to this restaurant and went, that's about 60 feet. I don't think he did that. I don't think he fucking, or he fell down the hill, got beat the shit out of him and went, that was about a 60-foot fall.
Well, and didn't he catch on fire? Like,
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jay Leno, I can only hope the worst for you.
No, I
Seems
swear.
it's happening.
He was in like a car. It was in my car. My car.
One of them.
I got a face full of gas and it caught on fire. So
Jay
yeah,
Leno got
literally.
A face full of gas and
Jay
caught
Leno.
on fire
Yeah.
while working on car.
Yeah, he was in a car fire in his garage.
He's 72.
That old fuck.
Perfect age to kick his ass, if you ask me.
Prime ass kicking age. Amen.
I mean, he's a pretty girthy guy, right?
He was.
He's not like muscular, but he's got some meat on them bones.
He's hammy.
Yeah.
Some might say.
Stout, some might say.
Very
Rotund.
looks like a pig. I didn't
Looks like
say
a
that.
fat piece of shit.
That's
Some
a
might
quote,
say, you
yeah.
know. Looks like a fat piece of shit who really sucks at being the host of a nightly show. Some might say.
I fucking hate him. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I hate him in all those stupid fucking cars and his giant chin. Some might say.
Hey, I'm Jay Leno.
But I'm thinking here, just off the old noggin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's the most physical guy, but he's got enough meat on his bones. You're like, all right, he might swing back. 72-year-old Jay Leno.
He's not coming back.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him.
He's 74 now.
Definitely not
The
worried
ass
about him.
kicking was at 74.
There's very few 74-year-olds I'm
Dude.
worried about.
Imagine your face getting caught on fire at 72 years old, and then 2 years later, you get your ass kicked
handed
by
to you.
Mother Earth.
Twice.
You fall really badly twice. Damn, it sucks to be old.
The earth is finally healing. We're finally healing as a nation. Jay Leno's getting what he deserves.
I wish that was how it worked. Karma was just like Mother Earth makes you fuck around and find out.
I wish
it
there was
seems like he's
CCTV video of it.
Oh,
That would be
TMZ
awesome.
missed out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I wish
I'd
nothing,
buy it.
I wish nothing but good health for this guy. In all seriousness, but fuck him. I can't believe that he
I don't know if I
told
can
Conan
second that statement.
he told Conan he would give him the 10 p.m.
Yeah,
time
people
slot.
know the story, right?
It was, I think, like, I don't know if people know the full story, but like, it's kind of gritty and grimy for the folks at home who
Yeah,
don't know.
Jay Leno's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So Jay Leno announced he was retiring as the
Mhm.
Tonight Show host.
Yeah.
It's Tonight Show, right?
Yeah.
And Conan was selected as the next host.
Yes.
And they do this whole thing where, he brings him on and introduces him as the host. And Conan begins hosting. I think he was only there for like 10 weeks or something.
Yeah, it was like 3 months.
Yeah. And so Conan starts hosting. Ratings dip because, it's the change of a host who's been there for 10 years.
Right.
And so they give it to Conan. Conan takes over. Jay Leno then decides he wants to come back. He doesn't want to be retired. He wants to come back and take his
Yeah.
spot back.
Yeah.
And they said, well, we can't give you the Tonight Show because Conan's doing the Tonight Show.
Right.
So initially they pushed back Conan up to 11.
To 11, and they give Jay
The 10 p.m. slot.
with like his own, I forget what it was called, but
Yeah.
it was like
I
essentially,
think it was just the Jay Leno Show.
but it was a lot more casual, and it
Yeah.
wasn't like a talk show necessarily. Or was it a talk show?
Yeah, it was the same format.
Uh,
And then at one point, Conan gets pushed back again to midnight. So it's no longer the Tonight Show. It's the Tomorrow Show at that point.
Yeah.
And Conan asked for his request to leave. And there's a whole bunch of like financial issues there going back and forth. But eventually gets a buyout and Jay Leno gets reinstated as the host.
Yeah.
And then he moves to cable. He moves to cable TV. And then him and George Lopez have a whole thing.
Yeah, that was really bad too. He was like fighting, he was like beefing with Lopez when he should have had the Tonight.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, but Jay Leno's a piece of shit. And then he fucking went on and continued to host this. He got the Tonight Show back after Conan left.
Yeah.
He's the only returning host of the Tonight Show.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And then it went to Fallon.
Which even worse, honestly.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like Jay Leno, fuck Jimmy Fallon.
I used to love Jimmy Fallon, but now I feel like he reminds me of like the human version of Target or something like that.
That's a good comparison. You want to know a perfect tie-in to our first segment, Dumb and Dumber 2?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Fallon on record saying the trailer for Dumb and Dumber 2 is the funniest thing he's ever seen.
Oh, but that's
the whole endorsement you need.
No, bro. He says everything's the funniest thing. He's always
Yeah,
He
Jimmy
laughs at
Fallon who
everything.
laughs when his guest coughs.
Yeah, he laughs at everything.
That's how on brand it is, though. Jimmy Fallon would. He would think Dumb and Dumber 2 is the funniest thing he's ever seen.
I see exactly what you're saying.
Fuck Jay Leno.
Fuck Jay Leno. I agree.
If I heard, and I could be wrong, in Joker, who is the producer for Joker?
No idea.
Big name. The producer for Joker when he did the character of Mari.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say Robert De Niro. I know he's Robert De Niro.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the
Rob-
producer.
Oh, I don't know.
When he wrote the character Mari, he had in mind Jay Leno because he wanted to shoot Jay Leno in the fucking head.
Oh, really?
This is just speculation at this point, but I could see it.
Oh,
I'd
whoa.
write that.
Bradley Cooper was a producer on Joker.
Todd Phillips, that's the name. Hey, that's a cool notification sound.
God.
Jay Leno's tapping in. He said,
Hey,
I want this show too.
I want this. Give me this time slot. Give me the 5 to 7. WSRR.
Oh God, Jay Leno's coming for the
Fuck
5
you,
to 7.
Jay. Get out of our time slot, Jay. We'll kick your ass.
Todd Phillips?
You'll quote unquote fall down another hill.
I said that. Yeah, someone's kicking Jay Leno's ass. Who is kicking Jay Leno's
Who
ass?
is the
question.
person that is kicking Jay Leno? It's probably Conan.
I hope it's someone doing it for Conan at the very least. Like they held the grudge.
Yeah, I'm coming after
Like
you.
they just saw their opportunity. They were walking
Finally.
down the street. They like got back from grabbing a slice. It's like, I think that's fucking Jay Leno.
How dare you take
When
it?
am I gonna have the chance?
Yeah, this is a rare opportunity. You're walking in the woods alone, and a random, a stray Jay Leno comes across your path,
Just you and Jay.
That's your prime opportunity.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have done the same thing. If it's just me and Jay in the woods,
Yeah.
who's gonna know?
No, right. I kind of agree.
And then you throw him down a hill.
Okay, IRL, and then you toss him down the hill. Make him hit some earth.
Make him hit some unearthed rock so he doesn't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah. Give him a fucking eye patch. No, but if you did have that opportunity, would you yell at him?
I'd fight him.
I might berate him. I might be like, "Did you really think it was a good idea to take the 10 p.m. time slot back from
Why
Conan?
are you
Or
a
was
piece of
that
shit?
Yeah, was that all ego bait? Like, do you realize the opportunity that you like fucked Conan out of?
Start a Conan chant.
I would 10 out of 10 heckle Jay Leno.
Yeah, I think I would
If
just give him a really hard time.
If I'm in
publicly.
public and he's like getting a coffee and people are like, "Oh my God, it's Jay Leno." He's like, "Yeah, I'm saying Starbucks." I would heckle him. I'd be there heckling him while he's like taking pictures with people.
I
encourage heckling Jay Leno.
I've always thought it's a good idea. It'd be really funny and cool if you
Beat the shit out of Jay Leno.
No, if you like pie someone. Like if you take like a whipped cream pie and just pie someone. That'd be a really sick thing to do, to be like, fuck you.
To Jay Leno?
If you just pie someone in the face. What if you pied Jay Leno in the face?
Could you just have pie?
Yeah, what if you just happen to be walking in the woods with a freshly baked pie? Actually, it's cooled, so you're not like burning him in the face again. I don't want to give him PTSD.
That's the thing, dude. You're taking away all the fun for me.
No,
I
it's
want
just a
to burn his
regular
face.
pie. It's just a
I want to punch him.
It's a whipped cream pie with a cherry on top.
You want me to give Jay Leno a cream pie?
And you're walking through the woods with it like raised, ready to throw in the catapult position.
And you're like walking in a rubber hose style and there's background music.
Yeah.
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 And like the trees are kind of bobbing with
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
And I'd hit him with a pie. I'd hit him with my fist. I'd hit him with my fucking car. Dude, fuck Jay Leno.
If you're driving through the woods and you see Jay Leno deer in headlights style, yeah, no.
Oops.
Fishtail on that motherfucker.
Didn't want to hit the deer I saw. Had to get out of the way.
Didn't want to hit the pothole
Yeah.
that I saw. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
There was a dog barking. It was distracting.
Yeah.
You're telling
Had
me
to turn
you
the
would-
radio up.
I'd hit him.
Yeah.
I'd hit him with my car, my fist. Doesn't matter.
I'd hit him with a pie. I'd hit him with... He's 74. I don't know. I might verbally berate him for what he did to Conan.
He could be 104, and I'd put this man in the octagon.
Hey, I respect that decision.
Tombstone him.
Yeah. Bring back the fucking pile driver.
Give Jay Leno a pile driver
Hell
in the
yeah.
woods on some earth.
Hell yeah, dude.
On some uneven earth.
Don't protect his head either.
No.
Yeah.
No. We're
Real-
shooting.
Real stiff.
Yeah, we're shooting on Jay
Yeah.
Leno.
RKO Jay Leno.
Oh my gosh.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it. And I want to know the vigilantes that did this. They're heroes. Give them the Medal of Honor. They're heroes.
That's Mother Earth for you.
No,
You think
dude.
he owes
There's a
somebody
group.
money?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he got beat up, and it's got to be someone with some kind of leverage over him that he's not saying it.
I think he just, I don't know. It is very strange that he fell.
Twice.
He fell like he was seen on the street and it's like, oh yeah, I fell. And then you see him like a week later and it's
Fell
even
again.
It's even worse. And he's like, yeah, I just
Keep falling.
keep falling. Yes, I'm old. What, Jay Leno? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I didn't have my car.
Is your is your
Should he be driving if he's
Yeah.
falling like that?
is
I
someone
think Jay Leno
beating you?
owes someone money.
Yeah.
I think it's Conan. I think he owes him that contract.
Yeah. I really want Leno to publicly apologize. And he won't.
Conan made like $50 million on that buyout, though. Like, he made enough money
but-
where he could do whatever he wanted for a couple of years.
Yeah, but now he doesn't even do a Tonight Show. Now he doesn't even do a show.
He just had his own show. It was just called Conan, wasn't it?
It was called Conan O'Brien Must Go.
Was that actually the title?
It was a
Or was that just marketing?
It was like a travel channel.
There was a show before that.
He does a podcast too. I
Mhm.
know.
Well, that's all he does now.
Yeah.
But he had the Conan show, and then he had Conan O'Brien Must Go.
Yeah. No, he did have a show
Mhm.
at like he did come back for a
Yeah,
little bit and
yeah.
have a show. That was semi recent.
And he had a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Weird beard.
Fuck Jay Leno.
I kind of have a weird beard going on.
Here's the thing, man. Jay Leno is the worst. Like, I hate Jimmy Fallon. If I saw Jimmy Fallon, though, I wouldn't fight him.
So then who's your favorite?
James Corden? Would you fight him?
I hate James Corden.
Me too.
I don't know if I'd fight him.
I mean, he's got a punchable face.
They
does.
don't even drive when they do lip syncing in cars.
Yeah, they'd get towed around on a trailer.
It's so That bothers me so much.
Yeah. They don't even host when they're the hosts.
Yeah.
They just sit there and make it about themselves and laugh.
They just read what other people wrote for them.
So there's that.
Mm.
No, I would fight James Corden if I was berating him and he tried to have a comeback. If he even tried to make excuses, I would fight him.
Have you ever seen
Jay Leno? I would attack unprovoked.
Oh, okay. I see. I see the levels.
Yeah. Jimmy Fallon, like, I don't have the energy to fight him because he'd probably laugh as I punched him.
Kimmel?
Same. Like, I don't want to punch Kimmel. I just don't want to watch Kimmel.
It's really sad to say. I think Kimmel might be the most straight man out of all the late night guys now.
He's a Diddy guy, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's
have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Hey. So then who, like,
all these hosts suck.
There are no good late night hosts.
Yeah, exactly.
That's sad.
That's why we're getting into the late night game. We're taking the 10 p.m. slots
Finally.
on TBS or whatever the fuck Jay Leno was on.
The fucking Rebel Tonight Show.
Put a Rebel in front of it.
Yes.
The Tonight Show with 3 hosts. Finally, what we needed.
Finally. The Tonight Show has returned to 3 hosts.
Let's go.
Yes.
Well, Jon Stewart's not doing it anymore. And Letterman's not doing it anymore. And Conan's not doing it anymore.
Stewart does something.
Jon Stewart does?
Yeah. Or at least he was.
But it's not like a national show anymore.
No, I don't
right?
think it is. It's not what it was.
Like all the legit hosts are gone.
Yeah.
Now it's just fucking people who read cards and laugh at their own jokes and do political commentary.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
We're screwed.
Right.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? 216-859-8699. The more and more time goes on, the more I subscribe to Dead Internet Theory. If you want to know more about that, you can check out the podcast we did about Dead Internet Theory. StylesRebelRadio.com or WSRRadio.com gives you the litany of all of our shows for the Rebel Radio Show. Of course, we're live at 5 every Monday right here on WSRR. You can catch the Rebel replays throughout the week as well at 5 p.m. Eastern. But for our full showtime, catalog, schedules, and more, WSRRadio.com is the homepage for shows like Shaney's Off Air.
Bing bong.
We've got The Pigeonhole. We've got Behind Enemy Lines, your Cleveland sports show from Pittsburgh. We've got Strictly Stritch in the Morning, Grab Bag, True Vault Escapades, that's your Fallout-based radio drama at 10 p.m. on weekdays. We also have All Music All Weekend Long. That's 55 minutes of music all weekend, every weekend. WSRRradio.com, your homepage for all of that. Once again, thank you to Synergy Music Studio out of Chicago, GenericClothes.com, and Hellbender Vinyl out of Pittsburgh, PA for supporting WSRR Radio and local and independent music. 216-859-8699 is that number to text in, or for all of our shows, including the Rebel Radio Show. You can also leave a voicemail for any of the artists you hear on WSRR Radio. Hey, don't forget to vote for the WSRR Artist of the Year as well. That's available right now on the website. And if you want to follow us on social media, Instagram is probably the best place to go, or Facebook. That's at WSRR Radio. Until next time, I've been Radio's Rebel DJ Styles. Am I right, Shaney?
Bye, everyone.
On the board is Jules.
Adios.
I'm done saying radio for today. Peace.
Till I think it's over.